my major big break was when Paulie called me to wrestle this guy named Sabu on October 1st of '93 in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You know, he said, I can't guarantee you a spot, but I guarantee you 2 matches. I need you to wrestle this guy Sabu, and I know you can get him over to where I need. I can't guarantee any more after that. We'll see what happens. If Crockett and me like your work, you know, we'll do something. This was after Eddie Gilbert left.
Right.
I'm like, all right. And that was it. The rest is history. You know, that was it.
Yeah.
That was my big break. My real big break was that.
The initial impressions of ECW, and I would say Paulie, but you said you already had dealings with Paulie in the past.
Yeah, but Paulie was different, you know, in ECW, you know, but it's same but different, a little different, I should say. My feelings in ECW was, it was cool, it had room to grow, but you understand, you guys know this, a lot of fans might not, ECW was not the way it is now then.
Right.
It wasn't, it was violent, but not like it was. I really truly believe, not to sound egotistical, that Sabu and I started a lot of this shit. I can't say that ECW was like, oh my God, it was crazy, and guys were going nuts, and chairs, and violence, and blood, because it wasn't that way.
Yeah.
It started there. But I just thought, you know, good crew of guys, good crew of young guys, good crew of real good veterans who weren't over the hill yet, and Paulie, and Jim Crockett. So, I mean, you know, I'm like, shit, this is the place to be.
Yeah.
And they paid me pretty good when I first started there. So I was like, oh, this is all right. So my impressions were good.
Yeah.
I will admit, in the very, very beginning, you know, like a lot of guys used it then, and some guys unfortunately use it now, which they're assholes about it.
Right.
I figured it's a good stepping stone.
Yeah.
To either get you know, full-time gig in Japan or Atlanta or Vince.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I figured.
Right.
You know? But then as time went on, you know, I could see it. I could see it growing. I could see the money growing. I could see the houses growing. You know, the company's only 5 years old.
Yeah.
That's young.
Yeah,
You know?
it's still a baby.
Yeah, big time. So my
Did you-
impressions were good.
Did you think it would go to where it is now when you first came in?
Yeah, I did. Not this fast.
Yeah.
We've been hearing about pay-per-views since '95.
Yeah.
You know, with Paul. You know. Because it was, you know, we were trying, Paul was trying, but it just wasn't working. It just, shit wasn't happening. And I figured, you know, around year 2000, we'd get our first pay-per-view. I mean, who knew, you know, April 13th, 1997 would be the first pay-per-view. I mean, I knew it would be like it is, but not this fast. I figured it out around the 8-9-year-old mark, it would. Not 5 years old.
Wow.
Not 4 years old even.
Yeah.
April 13, 97 was 4 years. So it's scary to some of the guys that have been in ECW from the beginning, like Dreamer and Sandman and myself, how fast the growth has been there. It gets you worried.
Yeah.
You know, but Paul, you know, he's good. He keeps everything in line, you know. He's a hard guy to work for, but yet a real good guy to work for.
Yeah.
So I can't complain.
How do you get along with him?
50-50, sometimes real good. I used to get, when the company wasn't as big as it is now, and the money wasn't the way it is now, and the pay-per-views and the exposure and the houses, we got along great. Everything was cool.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but you know, I get along with Paul. I trust Paul. He trusts me. You know, we've had our problems big time, you know, business-wise and shit.
Right.
And all in all, I mean, and I don't have to kiss ass. I wouldn't want another boss.
Right.
You know, I mean, he ain't perfect, trust me.
Right.
But, I mean, he has his flaws like any other boss, and I'm sure I have my flaws like any other employer. But I don't think he is, I know he's not vicious in the sense of, you know, I mean, I was out with a broken neck for 7.5, 8 months, and I was paid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there ain't much more need to be said.
Right.